Vector smart objects are vector elements that we've imported maybe from Adobe Illustrator or from any other vector design application, or maybe vector design elements that we've downloaded from the internet, maybe from a website like Freeback, or even vector clip art that we can be downloading from Adobe's Creative Cloud. And in this example, it's our logo in here, and also these circles within our design. They are designed by Adobe Illustrator. And what's really amazing about these vector design elements, that they are smart objects by default. We don't have to convert them into smart objects. And also they can be scaled to any size without losing quality or resolution. So here, for instance, we have our zoom level at 100%. And let's select our vector smart object, our logo. Then let's enlarge our logo, pressing Command or Control T to transform all the way to here. And as you can see, it looks very crisp and clear. And that's mainly because it's a vector smart object. And also, in order to customize our vector smart object, we can be editing that one in original file in Adobe Illustrator, or we can be double clicking on our layer in that area to access our layer style, and we can be adding different styles to our element. So for instance, we can be adding drop shadow, or maybe pattern overlay, or gradient overlay, or color overlay, which can be a very convenient way to change our vectors color within Adobe Photoshop. And of course, we can be changing color, blend mode, or even opacity, and so on. However, for maximum control over our vector element, we can be editing that one within Adobe Illustrator. So let's press cancel. Then we're going to be clicking on our thumbnail instead of that area. We're going to be clicking in here to access that one in Adobe Illustrator. Now we have Adobe Illustrator opened for us. We can be customizing either colors, composition, or anything within our logo, even typography. However, let's go for instance for color for these dots. I'm gonna be selecting them with direct selection tool in Adobe Illustrator using that arrow. If you have the application installed on your PC, you can be doing customizations very easy within Adobe Illustrator. We have that fill color in orange. I'm gonna be selecting maybe that color. Then in order to have these changes applied in Adobe Photoshop, we need to be saving that, so pressing Command or Control S. Now it's telling us that this file has been modified outside Illustrator. Do you want to continue? And yes, we need to apply that. Now let's go back to Photoshop, apply to our vector smart object. And here's also another way to edit our vector smart object without going to Illustrator. We can be rasterizing our layer, right clicking our layer, and we will find rasterize layer. This will be converting our vector element to raster element, which will be reducing our Photoshop's BSD files size, because using vector smart objects will be enlarging our BSD file a bit because they are embedded within our file, those vector elements. However, also we will be losing our images quality if we try to scale that one above 100%. So now let's do that. For example, I'm going to be rasterizing that layer. Now we have that one as raster file, transforming that one to maybe 25% or so. And now if we try to enlarge that one, once again, we're going to be losing its quality, as you know. So we need to make sure before we rasterize any vector element that we're not going to be enlarging that one anytime soon in the future. Or instead of embedding these vector smart objects, we can be linking them to Adobe Photoshop. So instead of having our vector smart objects embedded within our file, we can be linking them through a completely different file on our PC to our file. And in order to see that in action, let's undo that first, what we did to our logo. And now let's say we need to link another vector element to our file. Go into File. And by the way, this feature is only included in Adobe Creative Cloud versions. And it's mainly to reduce file size. And also if you made any changes to your logo or any design elements, these changes will be applied globally on all your design files. So let's maybe say that you have the same exact logo within a poster and a flyer and so on. If you made any changes to that logo, these files will be updated accordingly. What we have already within our files is called place embedded. So that one is place embedded. So actually we're going to be selecting place linked instead of place embedded because we're going to be linking that vector file to our Photoshop file. However, embedded means that this file will be existing within our file. So I'm going to be placing a link. We have that Pixel Media logo file, placing that logo within our file, and any changes I make to that file, it will be applied within our Photoshop file that we are working on. Now clicking place. Of course, you can be linking a page, image, or even 3D file. However, in that case, we're going to be selecting page. And we have only one artboard within our Illustrator file. And we're going to keep that one as it is. Bounding box. Changing our thumbnail size to see better preview for our file, like that. Pressing OK. Now we have our vector smart object. Adjusting its size a bit. And now we will be seeing that link icon on our layer, which means it's a linked smart object. Now let's also link that logo to another file so we can see the difference between linked files and embedded files. Here we have that file in here, and we're going to be linking the same exact logo. Going to File, Place Linked, selecting our logo, place, and pressing OK. Then let's resize our logo file and move it maybe to that area so we can see better. However, now let's change our type's color into white so we can be double clicking our thumbnail to edit our file in Adobe Illustrator as well. Selecting the direct selection tool, selecting our type, giving that one a white color from our swatches. Now in order to see these changes applied within our Photoshop's files, we need to be saving that. However, before we do that, we need to go back to Photoshop. Now I'm going to be closing that file, but before I close that one, I'm going to be saving that one as a copy from our original file. So let's save as, I'm going to call it M1 as like modification 1. Save. Okay. Now I'm going to be closing that file. Now back to Illustrator to save our white type update. Pressing Command or Control S. Now it's saved. Let's go back to Photoshop. Now we have white type in here. So let me move that logo. Now we can see that white type better on darker background. And let's reopen that file that we've just saved in Adobe Photoshop as M1. Go to File, Open Recent, Pyramids M1. Now we don't have our type updated to white, and that's because that file was closed while we saved these changes in Adobe Illustrator, and we will be seeing that mark on our layer. Means we have updates for our linked files, we need to apply them, and also gonna be seeing the same mark on our Smart Objects filter, which we can be filtering our smart layers within our Layers panel. So if we click that one, now we can see all smart objects and layers within our Layers panel, and we still have that mark. Now in order to update our linked file, we can be right clicking on our layer in that area, selecting Update Modified Content. Now we have our white type applied within our file. However, now we need to keep our linked file within the same location on our PC, or even we can be creating a package out of our Photoshop file. And it's so easy to create a package for our file, and the same option is also existing in Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign, and it was mainly existing in InDesign before. However, now Adobe has applied the same option within Illustrator and Photoshop as well. So you can be creating a folder out of your design file, including all your images, files, or links, or even your fonts, all can be existing in one folder. so you can preserve your links and keep your design file intact. So let's go to our previous file in here, and let's say we need to create a package for that file. We're gonna be going to file, we have package option. Let's call it MST, for example, clicking create, choose. Now let's go and check that folder. Here we have our folder, and we have our package folder created by Adobe Photoshop. Opening that one, we have our BSD file, and also we have links, including our logo file. So now we don't have to worry about moving our folders or even sharing them with others, maybe designers or clients. Hope that was an easy one for you guys, and if you already know about Adobe Photoshop, hope that saves you so much time using linked files.